Hey, I got a good one. It's an oldie but a goodie from my buddy. He calls himself Super Good Deal. That's the name of his channel if you want to check him out. Uh, it seems that the Indian tribe, they were all wondering, the winter's coming on. And so they went to the chief and said, listen, can you give us a prediction on the weather coming this year? Chief said, well, sure. It's going to be a bad winter, so you might want to start cutting firewood. They said, all right. So they went out and started gathering wood. And Chief's thinking, man, I hope I'm right. And I ain't got a clue. I know what I'll do. I'll just call the Weather Bureau and ask them what's up. And he called the Weather Bureau and said, you guys got any idea how the winter's going to come around this year? They said, well, yeah, it looks like it's going to be a pretty tough winter. He said, all right, I appreciate it. And he went on back to TP. And a couple of days later, they come up and they said, we got a lot of wood gathered now. What do you think? You still think it's going to be pretty tough? He said, oh, yeah, it's going to be a bad one. I'm sure of it. So, you can't have too much firewood. They went back out and went back to work dragging more firewood. He thought, man, I better double check. He called the Weather Bureau again. Hey, y'all sure we're going to have a bad winter? And they said, yeah, it looks like it's going to be worse than we thought. So be prepared. He said, all right, I appreciate it. And he went back to TP. A couple of days they come back and they said, man, we got a lot of firewood gathered. What do you think? We think it's going to be all right? And he said, well, I'm telling you, it's going to be a bad one. I mean, this is going to be the worst winter we've had in a long time, probably. So better stay after it. Boy, okay. They went back out and they gathered wood again. He thought, man, I sure hope I ain't wrong. He called the Weather Bureau again and said, man, I'm just checking one more time. Are y'all absolutely sure we're going to have a bad, bad winter? And they said, good God, it's going to be the worst winter we've had in no telling how long. He said, well, how can y'all be so accurate? And they said, well, we got all this equipment, but we normally go by the Indians, and they gathering firewood like you wouldn't believe.